strategies has to cover. And now we will discuss one by one in this strategies that actually what is the strategy, which situations that cover. This is important to understand in which situations these strategy works. So apply and why the companies apply it in particular situations. So it is important. We will discuss that now one by one in detail, that how these strategies work. The competitive strategy and position in the market. So competitive strategies are those strategies where they determine who is what in the market. Are you a market leader, market challenger, market follower, or market nicher? So the first thing from the last this slide, that it is what strategies we have. So we will discuss the marketing leader strategy at the first. So market leader may not be a market leader in one situation and maybe a market leader in one, like Coke is a market leader in UK, Europe and all these area, but it's not a market leader. It's a challenger in Vietnam and Dubai and all those things in those areas. So what a marketing leader firm or a company will do when it maintain its position in the competitive. These are the large companies, and what they do, they want to maintain their share, lead the market in the price. So the price change, product innovation, distribution coverage and promotion spending is very good on those companies. They have largely they have big pockets, they can spend any money, they can change the price, they can reduce it to the lower, they can take it to the higher and advertise around that one. So it is a very good thing to think that what position you have in the market. Now competitive strategies, again, it is a market challenger. So the market challenger is a firm fighting against the market share with the leader. Sometimes it give a very hard time to the market leader to attack them, to clone their products or take the market share away from them. So the market challengers is those companies which want to take a share from a certain market. Now come up to the market follower. Market follower are those companies who come first, the second or third in innovation or new product when the product is launched first time. So let's suppose for example Apple launched an iPad and then Samsung was the follower of that company, or Samsung launched a iPad and Apple was the follower of that company, so second one to bring the iPad in the market. Then the final competitive strategy is market niche strategies. Market niches are those companies who work the smallest segment within the segment. Let's suppose there is a segment of tablets. So they use a tablet feature for the young generation, a small size, a big size, things to operate a segment within the segment and not being pursued by the other firm. Means they have a very less competition in that one, and there is a specific thing they want to achieve when going to the niche market. So we will discuss that when we go to the details of that niche market. Then that which we have discussed is the competitive position in the market, and in a particular firm like beverages, like electronic consumer item. Now the leaders position, what they do in to maintain the position within the industry. So market leader strategy is normally they expand the market, explore new things and diversify themselves. They develop offensive strategies against the challengers, and then they defend themselves from the attacks as well. Market challenger within the industry's position, they take the selective tracking and attack the leaders. The follower strategy is duplicating, adoption, imitation, cloning. All these strategies they apply to develop the market and take share from the mature market. Normally they come into the mature market, they do not try to enter into the new market where they don't know about the things. or the issues or the problems which they're having in the market. And market nature has its focus on this serve a segment within the segment or the market where the big companies or the leader or follower challenger don't go there, or the area or the specs or the features which is being needed but not identified by the other companies. So those niche marketing is go and identify those areas and develop the strategies. So now we'll discuss what market leaders do and when they develop a marketing plan, or what strategy they adopt when there is the product life cycle of different stages in the product life cycle. So what the first strategy, as we discussed, there was that the market leader expand offense strategy and defense strategy. So as the market expansion, they mean that they likely to in the early stage, like to start in the early stage of the product life cycle. The market leader will most gain major part of the growth when they enter into the new market. Then they introduce new ways and situations to use the product, achieve increase within using among the existing users. Defensive strategies defending your share of the market. If you are taking 10% of the total market, so you will defend that share, that nobody could take some share out of it for yours, from your. The objective is to reduce probability of attack, to derived attack or to less threatening areas. Then winning of the share market, that they are mostly focused on the gaining market share, being the one of the most important factors explaining level of profitability. So that's how the leader of the markets work in the marketing area. Now challenger strategies. Challenger normally do two types. There are many, but the main is two. General attack strategies, which we discuss, is the frontal attack, flank attack, encirclement attack, bypass attack, all these types. And then they do the specific strategies for product to product, company to company variation. They will give discounts, they will lower their prices of the good, they will try to improve the prestige of their product, try to improve the services, customer services in this situation. Product proliferation, product innovation, new features, new things in the market. They will stronger their distribution innovation. They will use different type of distribution channels, and then they will try to increase their profitability by reducing the manufacturing cost. So when we go on the pricing strategies in the marketing management and strategic marketing, we will discuss these options there in very much in detail. So now there are follower strategy. Followers are they come normally in the mature market, and they defend themselves or start to promote their products. So these strategies which they apply is basically four follower strategies. Counterfeiter, which is illegal. Cloner, copy the same thing as their leaders are, but the name and the packages is different, like New Johar Joshanda versus Karshi Johar Joshanda. Imitator is the image. Mostly this is automobile company. Many companies do that, but they imitate the style, the headlight style, the tail light style from a popular company like Mercedes and all those things, and then bring the same shape in the market. So people go for that one because the Mercedes or BMW is very and high in prices. The Japanese cars are much more cheaper than the branded BMW and Mercedes cars. Then there is a follow strategy which we called is adopter. Many Japanese companies do the same, adopter. Initially, therefore, developed into challengers and actually leaders by adopting those strategies. They adopt the same thing in the market and then come up with the product with a very cheaper version of that one. There are some examples of imitation, clone, and follower, like counterfeiters. So clone, imitator, adopter. So the picture number 3 in the $2 $100 note, there is one actual original and the one is counterfeiter. So this is totally illegal. In slide number in picture number 4 of cloner, we see that they clone the product exactly like Nike, but it's not Nike, it's Nike, a hike. And then we see the Fuma instead of Puma, and this is DUNC Docker, and instead of that one they are similarly type of name. So in picture number 1 we can see the adoption. Adoption is the strategy where they adopt the same thing or kind of product in the market and come with up. And then is imitation. So they basically copy their product as it is as the market leader. So these examples are the follower strategies. Now we will discuss the market challenger strategies. The market challenger strategy is basically the same things which is the market leader. There is the attack, frontal attack, head-on attack. So the key issue, if you are going for the frontal attack, you need to be having resources. You need to be a big pocket company, otherwise you can't do that. Or if you have a counter attack on the same like frontal attack, so you cannot cover it and you will lose your market. Flank attack is concentrate your strength on the leader weaknesses. You concentrate the blind spot or the weaknesses or the area which they are not covering is a flank attack. Encirclement attack means you attack the leader from all sides. You expand your variety that much that they cannot come near you. Like Seiko has 2000 different styles, watch for the different age, sex group, and for these one. Now bypass attack seek the new businesses through major technological development. Main example is tobacco companies. IKEA is a big example for that. They bring the technology innovation in the product, the smart furniture. So you can take and make it by your home. There is the parts of the consumer, the furniture is already been developed. You have to put it in the right area for that, and the furniture, the bed is created in a second by yourself. So these were the bypass attack from the main furniture companies to the side attacks. Then guerrilla attack, targeting limited part of the market and pursuing and bring the success of the market. So this is the part 1 of the strategies. We will discuss the second part now, the challenger strategies.